Sawadika, welcome to the Sunday edition of Newsline. It's June 21st of 2015. We're broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand, FM 88, and on NBT World. And you're with me, Sandra Han Utsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha gave well wishes to Muslims nationwide as the holy month of Ramadan started on Thursday, June 18th. The leader's wish was conveyed last night during his weekly broadcast program, Returning Happiness to the People. He said Ramadan is an important period of Islam, a month of belief and determination for Muslims to express their religious devotion and will through fasting from Sunday up till sundown, while refraining from doing harmful acts against themselves and their society. The Prime Minister wished all Muslims taking part in this auspicious event success and that the result of the holy act would return happiness to them exponentially. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has reassured the public that his administration is urgently working on ways to fight the ongoing drought. The Prime Minister said during his Returning Happiness to the People program last night that the drought-triggered water shortage had ravaged farmlands in several provinces and looked imminent to intensify. He attributed droughts to wide-ranging causes, but identified climate change as the major one. The Prime Minister stated Thailand needs to embark on long-term preventive policy, reforestation, and other forest conservation campaigns. He also indicated that the government has laid down a policy to combat drought that includes such actions as building more reservoirs and renovating existing dams. General Prayut stressed all of these schemes can only be achieved with transparency, urging related civil servants to refrain from corruption and to think about the benefits of the nation and its people before their own. Prime Minister and Chief of the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, Prayut Chan-o-cha, has asked the public not to over-criticize the news about ICAO's red flag slapped on Thailand's aviation standards, as it may lead to misunderstanding and make the problem-solving process more difficult. The Prime Minister reaffirmed the government is putting forth its best effort to end the problem. So far, no countries have canceled Thai flights, he indicated. He revealed that there had been an in-depth discussion between Thai officials and ICAO, during which the latter had showed understanding towards Thailand's sincerity and intention to remove significant safety concerns, also referred to as SSC, on aviation standards. This resulted in ICAO agreeing to give the country of Thailand more time to address its concerns. The Prime Minister stressed that all points raised by ICAO would receive greater awareness among officials concerned, be it shortage of technical officers or failure to adequately oversee its airlines. As for the problem of IUU fishing, General Prayut said that the yellow card remains in effect and the EU needs another term before making further decisions on the Thai fishery sector. He requested Thais not to blame each other, but to join hands to move towards a solution. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha will be visiting Myanmar tomorrow to attend an economic meeting in Naypyidaw. Prime Minister Prayut and leaders of Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam will be joining the 6th Ayeyarwady Chao Phraya Mae Khong Economic Cooperation Strategy, or ACMEX, meeting from June 22nd to 23rd. The objectives of the meeting are to bridge economic gaps among the 5 countries, decentralize prosperity, and to promote development in the sub-region. General Prayut will update member nations on the progress of border economic development projects including the cross-border transport system, the special economic zones, the establishment of twin cities, and regional tourism promotion under the theme 5 Countries, 1 Destination. The ACMEC Summit was held for the first time in 2003 in Bagan of Myanmar, with Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos as initial members. Vietnam joined the group in 2004. The most recent meeting took place in 2013 in Laos. The next ACMEC meeting, which is scheduled for 2017, will be hosted by Thailand. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has unveiled a number of programs aimed at alleviating the financial burden of consumers. According to Prime Minister Prayut, the government has recently launched community food centers where the general public can buy meals at no more than 20 baht. The budget food centers are jointly run by local operators who obtain financial support from the Ministry of Finance. Apart from the budget food centers, the government also plans to market affordable packaged rice via co-ops. It is, in addition, poised to strengthen the role of co-ops in order to minimize the influence of middlemen. General Prayut said the government will continue to promote the Community Market Project and develop co-ops into community product suppliers so that consumers can obtain goods directly from producers. As for small and medium businesses, General Prayut disclosed that the government approved 2 assistance programs for small and medium enterprises, namely the 15 billion baht soft loan project and the increase in the first-year guarantee fee waiver for loan-seeking SMEs. Bamrungrad Hospital has asserted that the number of patients with Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or MERS in Thailand remains at 1, while more hospital staff are being monitored for suspicious symptoms. In the wake of the recent discovery of the first confirmed case of MERS in Thailand, executives of Bamrungrad Hospital held a press conference to update the public on the situation. The board announced that no additional MERS patients have been found in the country to date, affirming that all suspected individuals are being quarantined and will continue to have their health constantly monitored for 14 days. Thailand's first and only patient, who came from the Middle East, initially sought treatment at Bamrungrad Hospital before being transferred to Bamrad Naradun Infectious Diseases Institute, where his infection with MERS was confirmed. The executives added that the number of hospital staff, including nurses and doctors, who previously came into contact with the patient, has been increased to 58 so far. However, they insisted that all of the officials were wearing protective gear against the virus from the point of the patient's arrival until he was escorted to the emergency room. Bangkok Governor Sukhumpan Boripat launched a campaign entitled Together We Save Bangkok from Crime and Drugs, held at the Thai-Japanese Bangkok Youth Center in observance of the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking on the 26th of June. The governor said that the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has continuously conducted the campaign, with nearly 8,700 volunteers taking part in this year's activities aimed at raising community surveillance against drugs and crime. He said these volunteers form a vital force to push the capital city toward becoming the city of safety. The voluntary campaign was part of the BMA's effort to save children and youths from drug abuse, with a hope of reducing drug use in each community. At the event, the Bangkok governor also presented awards to outstanding volunteers and witnessed the oath-taking ceremony of the volunteers. The Government Public Relations Department pledged readiness to help promote SME businesses. Deputy Director General of the Public Relations Department, Dr. Darun Chaisan, has chaired the award presentation ceremony of the second SME Career Building Award, organized by SME Sang Achieve, or Career Building magazine. The event, now in its second year, has been aimed at encouraging SME operators to be more motivated in developing their own businesses to achieve recognized standards. The award ceremony has also been hoped to help boost consumer confidence in all goods and services. For this year, 35 selected SME entrepreneurs were presented with awards from Dr. Darun, who said that the PRD, as a state-run communications agency, will help disseminate all information and news about Thailand's SME businesses so that government and related agencies will be more active in helping these business operators overcome all obstacles and attaining further growth. Members of the National Reform Council, or NRC, who proposed legalizing casinos, have praised National Police Chief Somyot Phumpanmuang for his support of their much-debated idea. Pro-casino legalization NRC members commented that Police General Somyot was the first national police chief to have declared a positive stance on this controversial issue. They said Police General Somyot's statement made them feel that they were not left to cope with the criticism alone. The group called on its opponents to be open-minded so they can discern the differences between legalizing casinos and setting up gambling houses. They explained that gambling dens were considered illegal under the gambling laws, whereas casinos might be allowed to operate under new laws, which will be passed by the government. Nevertheless, they affirmed the plan to legitimize casinos would be scrapped if the government disagrees with it. NBT World Correspondent Joel Gershon visited Los Angeles not too long ago and met with the Thai Community Development Center that has been established there. While Kunjol was there, the group was holding a press conference with noted American politician Congresswoman Maxine Waters of California. He spoke to her about the issues she was raising at the event, as well as her feelings on Thai food. And here's the story.
U.S. Representative Maxine Waters from California's 43rd Congressional District has served in the House of Representatives in the U.S. Congress since 1991. She's a member of the Democratic Party and a familiar face to those who follow U.S. politics, since she is often outspoken on the issues. Representative Waters recently spoke out at a press conference in Los Angeles, organized in part by the Thai Community Development Center, or Thai CDC, which was established to address the health and human service needs of the Thai population in the Southern California region.
I'm here at the Thai CDC Center, and we had a press conference this morning that was sponsored by the National Coalition for Asian Pacific American Community Development. This was an important press conference because a report was released, a very well done report entitled Scrimping Plus Saving. And it's all about the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities and some of the needs that are not always recognized. The Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders may not speak English as well. They're not able to negotiate some of their financial needs. They don't always understand how these financial institutions work, and they're oftentimes taken advantage of by financial predators. So this is a good report, and I think it's going to get Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders into the discussion where it has never really been before. And of course, the Thai community is going to be right there in this discussion because already they're providing leadership on these issues, helping people to understand how to have a better quality of life.
The Thai Community Development Center was founded 21 years ago, and we were primarily created to help low-income Thai immigrants and other immigrants in the Los Angeles area. We're part of this report, Scrimping and Saving, that was published by National Coalition of Asian Pacific Community Development that was showcased today in this press conference. We were here with Congresswoman Maxine Waters to really address this issue of how to overcome those barriers and how to help Asian immigrants access financial services and products so that they could actually have bank accounts and save and not rely on predatory businesses.
On a lighter note, Representative Waters mentioned that there is another reason that she has affection for Thais.
I love Thai food. As a matter of fact, when I'm in Washington, you know, that's where I first experienced Thai food. And of course, in my district, we have many Thai food restaurants. Yes, I love it.
Many thanks to Representative Maxine Waters for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
For MBT World, this is Joel Gershon.
Thanks to Condole for that report, and that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break now, but let's have a look at the exchange rates and the commodity prices first.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The fifth core value: maintaining preservation of Thai traditions and cultures.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Swadee krab, this is Thailand at large.
The show which is about to take you to the new experiences with the exciting stories.
With charming fascination.
Chip.
With a touch of Thainess.
Let's join us on NBT World.
Explore with us and you'll know and love Thailand even more than before.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline, and in our next story, the New Zealand government celebrated the 40th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the island country and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. The New Zealand ambassador to Thailand, Cambodia, and Lao PDR, His Excellency Ruben Livermore, presided over the opening ceremony. He explained that the event is aimed at celebrating the relationship and cooperation between New Zealand and Thailand, as well as the wider ASEAN region.
So New Zealand became a dialogue partner of ASEAN in 1975, 40 years ago. And I guess in the same way that our relationship has evolved with Thailand, so too it has with the 10 member nations of ASEAN. And I guess today we're very fortunate that ASEAN, for example, it's our third largest trading partner. It's the closest major region to New Zealand, so we feel very much part of this geographic region, and we are very ambitious for the future with ASEAN.
Thailand is New Zealand's largest source of international students from the ASEAN region, with over 3,000 students choosing New Zealand for secondary education this year. Over the past year, over 22,000 Thais visited New Zealand, setting a new record for arrivals. Thai Airways' 4 direct flights per week from Bangkok to Auckland facilitate New Zealand's connectivity with Thailand and mainland ASEAN. The two countries have a solid economic relationship based on 2 existing free trade agreements. The agreements have doubled the volume of trade to more than 2.5 billion New Zealand dollars, or around 60 billion Thai baht, making New Zealand the 10th largest trade partner. And in our global stories, a website has surfaced with a racist manifesto and a series of photographs that appear to show Dylan Roof, the suspect in Wednesday's Charleston church massacre, posing with a handgun and standing in front of a Confederate military museum and a plantation house. Reuters cannot immediately confirm who created the website or the authenticity of the photographs posted on it. Roof, a 21-year-old white man, was arrested on Thursday and charged with the murders of 9 African Americans at the Emmanuel African Methodist Church in downtown Charleston. Authorities say he spent an hour in Bible study with parishioners at the historically black church before opening fire on them on Wednesday, June 17th in the evening. The website surfaced as mourners arrived in Charleston from around the United States on Saturday to pay their respects to the 9 people killed in the attack. Services were planned throughout the day ahead of a rally in South Carolina's state capital, Columbia, later in the evening. Tens of thousands of protesters gathered to march through central London on Saturday, June 20th, to demonstrate against the newly re-elected Conservative government's plans for public spending cuts. Holding banners reading "End Austerity Now" and "Cut War Not Welfare," protesters packed streets outside the Bank of England in the heart of London's financial district before marching towards Parliament. Protesters were addressed in Parliament Square by a mix of politicians and celebrities, including comedian Russell Brand. Singer Charlotte Church, as well as trade unionists, and Jeremy Corbyn, a contender for the vacant leadership of the opposition Labour Party, also spoke at the event. Britain's Conservatives unexpectedly won an outright majority in a national election last month after 5 years of leading a coalition focused on cutting public spending to narrow Britain's large budget deficit. A driver killed 3 people and injured 34 on Saturday in the Austrian city of Graz when he plowed a vehicle at high speed into a crowded shopping street, police said. The driver of the sports utility vehicle, or SUV, a 26-year-old Austrian of Bosnian origin known to police for domestic violence, was detained. Eyewitnesses described the scene of horror minutes after the attack. Police said there was no reason to suspect any terrorist motive, and they believed the man was suffering from family problems. Eyewitnesses cited by the public broadcaster ORF said the vehicle had been traveling at about 100 kilometers per hour or 62 miles per hour. ORF said no explosives had been found in the car. The head of the police force of the province of Styria confirmed the attack. A Graz police official said the man, a truck driver who is married and has 2 children, gave himself up to the police after the incident. And Chilean doctors announced on Friday that they had discovered a calcified fetus that has been inside a 92-year-old woman for some 50 years. Local media reported that the elderly woman went to the hospital in the coastal city of San Antonio after suffering a fall. When the doctors performed an X-ray on the patient, they discovered the fetus. A calcified fetus is the result of a rare medical phenomenon known as lithopedion, where a fetus does not develop in the uterus but the abdomen. Abdominal pregnancy reportedly occurs in every 11,000 pregnancies, of which only about 1.5% develop into lithopedion. The Health Services Director of San Antonio and Valparaiso, Dr. Dagoberto Duarte, told reporters that it was unlikely that the fetus would be removed given the risks involved with such a procedure. And that's all we have for you in this Sunday edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions that you may have, feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by simply typing in NNT, and you can also check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're saying goodbye today with 80 Italian chefs setting a new Guinness World Record by making the world's longest pizza at Milan Expo 2015. I'm Sandra Hanut Saha. Have a great day. Sawasdee ka.